Congratulations on the success of your blockbuster show. How long have you been on the air in NCIS?
This is our fourth season.
Oh, nice going. Good for you. And the family, everybody doing well?
Yeah.
You have a big family, am I right?
We have 5 kids, yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Now, you came from a big family?
I'm the youngest of 7, so I was...
Whoa, youngest of 7?
I was Irish Catholics, you know?
Yeah.
What can I say?
Now, is it good to be at that end or better to be at the other end?
I think it's great to be at my end. I mean, for sure was the spoiled brat that came last.
You're the baby.
But there are benefits. Well, of course, that's a pretty good benefit, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
No, my parents, by the time they got to me, they were so done with raising kids. I mean, there were no curfews. They'd seen it all. There was nothing I was going to do that was going to shock them. So I had it pretty easy.
Not sure if it was 6 or 7, but we're going to guess 7. And
he looks like one of us. Yeah. It's probably ours.
Now, this is a great picture. What are we looking at here? Is this one of your kids? Look at this guy. My goodness. And then look at this guy. This is Al Pacino. We don't know how old he is here, but he's quite youthful looking there. And then look at you, for God's sakes. How old are you? What is the film we're talking about here? This is
that's about 22 years ago.
And what was this is
the Golden Globes, and he had just won the Golden Globe, and
Scent of a Woman?
Yeah, Scent of a Woman, exactly. Yeah. It's amazing.
And he had stopped at your Kool-Aid stand. Honest to God, you look like you're 12 years old there.
Well, I was playing a 17-year-old, so yeah, not too far off.
What was that like, being at the Golden Globes and there's Al Pacino and then you and...
That was fun. I mean, it was the first time I'd been to any of those kind of shows. I was actually nominated as well for a Golden Globe, so that was really fun. I went to the Oscars, but I was so green about the whole process. I mean, I went in, and the movie's nominated, and Al's nominated. I didn't even have a publicist. I just walked right in. I didn't do the red carpet, the whole thing. And I remember sitting in the audience as Al was accepting his award, and he's going, and I want to thank and I'm going, oh my God, he doesn't know my name. I'm going, oh my, this is really embarrassing. He's going, my. And he's looking at me. He's like, I'm almost going to yell my name out. He probably goes, my Chris. And I'm thinking, oh, thank God he remembered my name. So,
do you stay in touch with him? He was here a couple of weeks ago. I think he was here.
You know, it's funny. The last time I saw him, of all places, was at a kid's shoe store in Santa Monica, which is, apparently we have kids the same age, which when you saw that picture, I didn't think we'd be
that's right,
at the shoe store picking out shoes together, but yeah.
When he was here, I got the feeling, and he's been here a few times, and I always have the feeling that to work with him might be vexing. What was it like for a kid, a 17-year-old actor, working with Al Pacino? Was it odd or not?
Oh, it was amazing. I mean, it was, and I knew at the time it was going to be the best experience I'd ever have acting, and it has lived up to that. But he's not only so intimidating because you know who he is and his history, just the way he goes about it. And I remember sitting in my dressing room, and we had dressing rooms right next to each other. We were filming at Astoria there. And I'd hear him running lines with people in the room, and I'm going, we're not doing that scene today. What's he working on? He's yelling and screaming, and geez, I better start working on that. But when you meet him, he's very soft-spoken and kind of a quiet guy. And then all of a sudden, I always say he's like a member of the orchestra. He plays this crazy instrument. And when he gets on camera, it's just a very powerful instrument that he plays, and it's overwhelming. Is
that typically speaking good for the assembled cast, or a little off-putting for the assembled cast?
It was amazing for me. I just kind of went with wherever he went and tried to react to it. It made my job that much easier. I suppose it would be like being on playing on the same basketball team as Michael Jordan. You've got someone that good.
Well, that I understand, but in this case, if he's getting loud and crazy, and then all of a sudden you think, well, I'm going to get loud and crazy too, but that's not your character.
That wasn't my character. Yeah. That wasn't my character, and he would do that. We would be in scenes where he would just start, yelling out my name in real life and, trying to get reactions out of me. And, I was fortunately enough, even though I was pretty young and pretty green, I'd worked with enough good directors that I knew to just stay in character and go with it.
Now, you mentioned directors. You've directed an episode of NCIS Los Angeles.
I did.
How did you get to do that? How does that happen? I've tried to direct this show. I said, please, will somebody let me direct an episode of this show? Yeah. No.
Let him direct.
Biff doesn't want you taking his job. Nobody. No. Paws off. It was something I wanted to do, and You know, we're doing our, I think, 89th or 90th episode right now, and I figured they'd give me a chance to do it. So it was a real opportunity to look behind the camera and see what that's all about, because it's something I've always wanted to do, but never had the opportunity.
You used your family a little in the show?
You know, it's I've had 3 of my kids on the show at one time or another. And this time, when they found out I was directing, my wife, not my wife, but my wife's friends were saying, we want to be on the show. Oh, dear God. And so I said to my wife, I'm like, are you serious? She goes, they really want to do it. I'm going, all right, fine. I go, and I'm telling them, it's really not fun being an extra. I mean, you're there all day, sure, and it's a long day. It's not fun. I said, but if you want to do it, fine. So we were filming a scene down at the Biltmore Hotel in L.A., and a bar scene, and this man's going to get, you know, killed, and I stuck their table.
Real family fun.
Real family fun. We stuck them in the table kind of right behind the guy that gets killed, and all the extras are there with their fake cocktails, and I'm looking over them. There's my wife with her friends drinking real champagne.
Well, now, see, that's
having a grand old time. I mean,
that's not good.
But then we do the first take, and I see the director of photography comes running over. He's like, Chris, and I go, I know, I saw it. One of her friends gets up, and it's someone just got shot. I'm like, you're running out, and you're panicked. She's got a big smile. She's laughing. She's running by camera. And I'm like, all right, we're going to go again. I'm like, okay, so here's the deal. Someone got shot. And this is serious.
Yeah, it is kind of serious.
And this is my job, so you need to be good.
You really shouldn't be drunk, but thanks. Well, it's a big, big hit. And here's the reason. Chris O'Donnell, NCIS Los Angeles, Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Give my best to Tom Keeney. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with Bon Gray.